that's a rough struggle in life for anyone because nobody has control over anything. So, hey,
Michaels, it's wonderful to chat with you both. Thank you.
too, Steve.
Thanks. I like your poster in the back.
Like your home.
Thank you.
Lion
Yes.
King.
Back to the Future.
And that thing you do. Wow.
That thing you do.
These are not these movies are not really speaking to each other in a way that's creating like a sense of your taste for me.
No.
Great movies, though.
I take joy in the random. Let's put it that way.
Great.
Yeah.
Which helped with my love of Sacramento.
What are the odds, honestly, on a 0 to 100 scale, give an honest answer, that there will be a Sacramento poster on your wall
in like 10 years
at any point in the future?
At any point tomorrow. I'll have
Which
do this again, it'll be right behind.
I found a way to answer it very gracefully.
Honestly, the film is an absolute joy. Honestly, thank you so much for the time. And Michael A, I guess.
Yeah.
Where did the film come from?
The film came from Chris Smith and I, who wrote it together, and we are actors, and Chris and I did a pilot together like 10 years ago that didn't get picked up, and so we were just hanging out one day, and we're driving on to the 5 North to Sacramento, and just to merge off to Chris's house, but we basically said the lines that are in the film almost verbatim, like, you want to go to Sacramento? Yeah, sure, let's go on a long-ass drive to a city I know nothing about and have no desire to be in. That is almost verbatim what was said that day. And so the story was reverse engineered around that scene, really, about 2 guys who have nothing to do, who are hanging out. And that's really where it came from. Everything else thematically kind of evolved from there.
Well, I have to ask, since it evolved from that, why Sacramento? Like, just because it was there, or did you find something there that made you want to tell a story?
We eventually realized we have to have a reason for them to go to Sacramento. There was a version of the script where there was no reason. That was a draft very early on. We were like, maybe it's like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where it's like about nothing. They just go. Who would want to watch that movie, though? So, initially, to be honest, there was no reason why Sacramento. And then we realized it was really, it's the destination that isn't really the centerpiece of it. It's really about what's going on in these guys' lives.
Right. And we see both of them with Glenn and Rickey. They're just trying to piece things together and trying to take the next step in their lives. And I was thinking, Michael C., Glenn's such a great character. What do you think is his greatest struggle, though?
I think he wants to have control, and that's a rough struggle in life for anyone because nobody has control over anything. So that was like a fascinating aspect of him to me. First of all, he's thrown into this by Rickey, who kind of secretly has control.
Yeah,
and is not letting him know.
Yeah.
Or taking control of the situation and, driving it in a direction that Glenn would never agree to. So manufacturing these pretexts for why they're going. And yeah, that's driving him crazy on like a cellular level all through the movie until he explodes.
Yeah, Rickey feels like a bit of a puppet master in moments of this film. It's interesting to see that relationship. But Michael, you said something there that I think really taps into the heart of this film, and I think it's Rickey's character that says it. That life is crazy and there's a lot you can't control, but it's okay because that's what it's all about.
Mm.
And I was wondering what
reassuring word.
Yeah. It's such an
nihilistic
phrase. What can you talk about that? What do you think that's true?
It's baked in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of truth in
Everybody
there.
can feel that. I mean, everybody has felt that at times. I mean, we both have young kids. We both have like a 3. Well, yours is 4 now. Or?
He's going to be 4 in 2 days.
Yeah, about almost 4-year-olds. And when you have little kids, you feel for them a lot because they have zero autonomy. They have no control over anything ever. You're like, we're getting dressed now. You're getting dressed now. You're not wearing those clothes anymore. You're wearing these clothes now.
Right.
And they're like, why? No. you know, and I remember that feeling of childhood, and you know, and then you have to go through school, and you just have no choice. You're just, you know, you have to go through it all. You're on this little track that you never chose to be on. So you see that feeling like in your child all the time, and you recognize it, and you know, realize that it's kind of what you strive for as you grow older, is to put your life into a shape that is agreeable to you and that you feel you've chosen in some way. But like, you know, things are always coming at you, surprises and challenges. So I think that part of the movie will resonate with anyone. It's like part of the human struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And as you said, like, you both have kids. Wait till they're teenagers. I've got a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, because with these characters, the relationship between being a parent and the baggage we bring from our relationship with our parents.
Yeah.
We see that tension there, and I was wondering if you could speak to that, whether it's from your own life or from these characters, as we start to wrap.
That's a nice observation and a nice way to put it, honestly, because I think that is thematically definitely in there, like generationally, what is happening with Rickey and Glenn in terms of like the men they want to be for themselves and the, you know, their partners and the people they want to be versus their ideas of what, you know, a man should be, passed down from like their dads and stuff like that. So it is this like they do want to be these more evolved versions of, I think, their fathers in a sense, but at the end of the day, they just feel still very inadequate and insecure and not prepared for, you know, for their leveling up in life, so to speak. So I think that is really at the core of it. And for me, there are 3 generations of Angarano men in this movie. My dad is in the beginning, he plays Sal, and my son is in the very last frame of the movie. That might be a spoiler, but we can pair that with another post-game interview, maybe.
Just, there's a child appearing.
Yeah, there's a child appearance.
spoiler.
Baby carriage going down the street. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's an Alfred Hitchcock style cameo.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate that, honestly, and I appreciate you both. Honestly, the film is so much fun, and I absolutely loved it. I thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you,
Nice
man.
being with you.
Yeah,
Take care.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks.